When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. A lot of you guys, you perceive setbacks as a negative thing. Now, in an ideal world, if we can do something once and get the result, that's fucking fantastic. But over the years, I've changed the way that I perceive setbacks or misfortunes. Now I see them as an opportunity to reposition myself and approach something with a newfound wisdom. The young Ali would be frustrated and would get angry and would say, why always me? And I can never get a fucking break and all sorts of stuff. And I would bathe in my own negativity. It's almost like I enjoyed sulking. And I truly felt like I was a victim. And it certainly took some practice to get out of that state of mind. Now, I take a deep breath. Do things still go wrong in my life? Wrong? Yeah, I'm a human being. I don't have a fucking perfect life. I mean, I crashed my fucking Jaguar last month. It was my prized possession, my baby, my XJ long wheelbase. Yeah, she's no longer with us. Written off. Was it a convenient time? Absolutely not. I mean, it's winter now and I don't have a damn car. And it's freezing. And I've been jumping on buses and stuff. And let's just say, buses don't always smell great on the inside. I will leave it at that. But you know what? I changed the way that I looked at it. I mean, the old me would have been like, oh, for fuck's sake, why's it got to happen now? Oh, it has to, and right in the middle of winter, I have to, oh my God. It's annoying. Right, but that's what the old me would have said. Now, what I said to myself was, you know what? Yeah, it's not convenient, but first of all, I'm in good health. Nothing happened. A little bit of glass could have fucking came flying right into my eye and blinded me. I could have broken a fucking arm or dislocated a shoulder or something. Thankfully, that didn't happen. Thankfully, the person that I crashed into, by the way, it was their fault. They pulled out in front of me last minute and slammed the brakes. But thankfully, that person and their passenger weren't hurt as well. And another way that I looked at it was like, you know what? Yeah, I don't have a car, but I just recently moved everything to London, so I don't really need a car right now. Because I can just hop on the tube and I can be anywhere that I want to be. And you know what? I wasn't angry. I really wasn't. And I was almost taken back by my calmness, my stoicism, right? But I do practice stoicism because we make poor decisions when we lash out and we act out of emotion. We always end up regretting how we acted or what we said. Now, I'm very careful with what comes out of my mouth. And I would encourage you fellas, if you're angry, do not say something out of anger that you wish you could take back later on, because you can't. Some things you can't take back. So practice stoicism. There's always a positive angle. Sometimes it's not visible straight away, but it will reveal itself later on. And you'll be like, you know what? Isn't that interesting? That worked out so beautifully. I always say this. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. And I took that from Steve Jobs. And that's a very powerful saying. Because in the moment, you can't see how the dots will connect. But you need time to go by for you to look back and say, right, makes sense. I got fired from that job. But look what it did to me. It directed me here. Maybe if it wasn't for you being fired from your job, you would have never started your business. You would have never moved to that city. You would have never started a YouTube channel. I mean, it triggered something. And you need a bit of time. The first day after being fired, you're not going to feel that way. But you'll see the power in it later on. Change the way you look at it. It doesn't mean ignore all responsibility. If you did something that you shouldn't have done, well, then you have to accept responsibility and change your ways going forward. But there's a positive angle somewhere. When there's a delay, we often get frustrated. Now, I believe in God. I'm a Muslim. And, we're told that sometimes God doesn't give you what you want straight away because it's not good for you. It will harm you. So sometimes there's a bit of a pause, a bit of a delay. It doesn't mean that God is taking time to get back to you. No. He's positioning you in a different place that's better for you. So always ask God to position you where it will suit you best. And believe in his plans. Things will work out. Now, you've got to be proactive. I always say this. You have to be proactive, but things will work out. And you have to expect to win. I always talk about this. I don't wake up every single day to lose. I don't. So I expect good things to happen because I'm doing everything from my side to make sure that good things will happen. The input is healthy. The input is great. You've got to just simplify it. If the input is great, the output will be great. If the input is awful, if you're not showing up, you're inconsistent, well, then don't expect a great output. Eric Thomas says, don't be upset by the results that you didn't get from the work that you didn't do. Don't be upset by the results that you didn't get from the work that you didn't do. If you didn't do it, then you have no right to be upset. That's entitlement right there. That's what children do. They cry because they believe they deserve the toy right now or the sweets right now. You don't deserve it because you didn't do the work for it. You weren't consistent enough. And you best believe if you don't do it, someone else will. There's someone out there right now chasing the same shit that you're chasing. And because they're way more consistent than you, they'll get it and you won't. Now, you can't be a jealous, envious fuck sat on the sidelines like, oh, what a lucky gun. No, that could have been you. That could have been you. If you got your head out your ass and you pursued your dreams. Okay? Things will work out. Change the way you look at things. Negativity will destroy you. It will grow roots and weigh you down and prevent you from moving. I choose to be optimistic about the future. Not naive and oblivious to the realities of life. No, optimistic, which means I take into account that things could go wrong, but I'll worry about that bridge when I get there. I'm not going to stress myself out over a situation that hasn't even arisen yet. If something goes wrong, then I'll address it. Right, what can we do to rectify this? To sort this out so I can keep moving. The objective is to keep moving. Success is not a straight line up. And that's good. That makes the journey more exciting. It keeps you stimulated mentally. You have to fix things. You have to problem solve. If you got it straight away, you wouldn't appreciate it. If you started a business today and tomorrow you made millions, you wouldn't appreciate it. You just wouldn't. It's not the same as the guy who struggled to get there. Now, it doesn't mean you have to unnecessarily prolong the process. No, learn and improve the process as you go along. But I'm a professional optimist. I really am. I wasn't always this way, but I am right now. I believe in a prosperous tomorrow because I'm doing everything in my power to ensure that I have a prosperous tomorrow. I'm not a victim, sat down in a puddle of my own tears feeling sorry for myself. Not at all. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. I am the architect of my future. I am going to design the future that I want by ensuring that I take productive action on a consistent basis. And I will drown myself in the process. I will immerse myself in my craft. I will do it better than anyone out there. For the love of the craft, not for the sake of it. That's how you'll go far. If you're doing it because you love it. And even if you don't love it, Mike Tyson says, Discipline is doing something that you hate like you love it. Sometimes you're going to hate the process. You're not always going to love it. But do it like you love it. All right? Perspective, fellas. Hopefully this video has provided you with a lot of value. If it has, make sure you like down below, comment. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more self-improvement content. See you in the next one.